Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Mathematical Lens by Ganitha. In this video, we are going to continue with chapter number 2, Lines and Angles of grade 6, the new NCERT textbook, Ganith Prakash. Right, so we are going to talk about measuring angles, how to measure angles. So we have seen how to compare two angles. But can we actually quantify how big an angle is using a number without having any other number to compare, any other angle to compare, right? So we saw various angles. It can be compared using a circle, right? In the previous videos we saw. Now, perhaps a circle could be used to assign measures for angles. So you can see here there are two circles given. To assign precise measures to angle, mathematics came up with an idea. They have divided, you can see in this second circle, they have divided the circle into 360 parts, right? So the angle in the center of the circle into 360 equal parts, the angle measures of each of this unit is considered as 1 degree, which is written like this, 1 and about that 0, small 0 sort of, that is known as 1 degree. It is read as 1 degree. This unit part 2 is used to assign measure of any angle. The measure of an angle is the number of 1 degree unit parts. Like here, for example, this is 30 units, means it is 30 degree. Each unit is 1 degree. So this angle shows 30 degree. Measures of different angles. Now, we already saw that the measure of a full circle or a full turn is considered as 360 degree, right? It measures 360 degree. Now, what is a straight angle? Straight angle is half of the full turn. So, what is half of 360? Half of 360 is 180 degree, right? So, you can see in this picture, this is half of the full circle. You can see the semicircle being formed. So, this is 180 units. Now, if you further half this 180 degree, so you get a right angle, that is 90 degree. What is half of 180 is 90 degree, right? So you have to remember this in terms of fractions also, right? So if I say what is half of full turn, it is 180 degree. What is 1/4? You can see this is 1/4 part of the full turn. So 1/4 of full turn is 90 degree. 90 degree can also be said as half of half. What is 1/4? 1/4 is half of half. So half of 360 is 180, half of 180 is 90 degrees. So 90 degree is a right angle. So full turn 360 degree, half a turn that is straight angle is 180 degree, and 1/4 of the turn 90 degree, that is a right angle. A pinch of history. Now let us see why the full turn, it is divided into 360 degree. Why 360 always? So there is no particular reason why it is not known why 360 degree is considered as full turn, why the circle is divided into 360 parts. But let us go back to history and find out some reasons behind it. Like if we talk about Rig Veda, one of the oldest texts of humanity, so going back thousands of years, it speaks about a wheel which has 360 spokes, right? In the verse, this is the verse number given, in which they are talking about a wheel with 360 spokes. So, this is one of the evidence. Then many ancient calendars, like which are old, around 3,000 years old, calendars of India, Persia, Babylonia, and Egypt, right? They were based on having 360 days in a year, right? So, in addition to Babylonian mathematicians frequently used divisions of 60 and 360 degree due to their use of sexagesimal numbers and counting by 60. Sexagesimal means 6 multiples of 6 and 60. So counting by 60, so they used to use these numbers. So 360 is a multiple of 60. So this may be one of the reason. Now, the most important and practical answer for why mathematicians, they over the years have liked and continued to use 360 degree is, now if you see 360 is divided by all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, just leaving 7. Okay, only 7 is not there. And still you have a whole number of degrees in each part. Not only that, it is also divided by 12. Now, how many months are there in a year? 12 months. So it is also divided by 12. 360 is also divisible by 24 now. In a day, there are 24 hours. So this is a more mathematical or scientific reason behind why do we use 360 degree as a full term, right? So these are some facts. Why 360, right? Now you can see here the circle has been divided into various parts. In the first one, it is one full circle. This is divided into half. This is divided into 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts, 6, then 8, leaving 7, 8, then 9, 10, and 12 parts, right? Degree measures of different angles, right? Now, how do we measure these angles? So if you have seen your geometry box, it has a tool which is semicircle in shape. It is known as a protractor, right? Now you know that full circle is 360 degree and this protractor is a semicircle, that is half of the circle. So it is divided into 180 equal parts. But before studying how to use that protractor which is labeled, we'll see here there is an unlabeled protractor given, right? So if you see this straight angle at the center, it is divided into 180 parts. So this is a straight angle and you can see the small lines. They're total 180, 0 to 180. So only part of the lines dividing the straight angles are visible, right? So you can see this straight line and these are the parts, 180 parts. Now if you see the bigger line, like ignoring the very small ones, you can see that this is 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, right? So from every such long mark, there is a medium sized mark also 5 degree. So this, if you see, this is 0 degree and this is a little longer line which is 10 degree. In between 0 and 10, you can see a little medium sized line which is 5 degree, right? So after 10, the smaller line will be 15. This is 20, 25, 30. Like that, without the label also, you can understand how to read an unlabeled protractor, how to read or measure with the help of an unlabeled protractor. Let us discuss the figure it out questions given on page number 35, where an unlabeled protractor is given and you need to find out the measure of different angles. Right, so what is given? Write the measure of the following angles, angle KAL. Right, now if you notice KAL, so the vertex of this angle coincides with the center of the protractor, so it is kept properly. The number of units of 1 degree angle between KA and AL gives the measure of KL. By counting, we get it as 30 degree, right? So you can see here, from till here it is 10 degree, this is 20, and total 30 degree. So this is KAL is, measure angle KAL is 30 degree. Making use of medium sized and large sized marks, is it possible to count the number of units in 5s and 10s? Yes, you can count in 5s and 10s also, right? Now they have also asked angle WAL. So WAL. From here, if we start counting, so this is 10 degree till here again, a longer line, then one more 10, so 20, then 30, 40, and here it is 50 degree, right? So you can write here as 50 degree. So this is WAL is 50 degree. Now they have asked TAK. TAK. Now TAK is this from starting from TA till K. Now we have already measured this KL, which is 30 degree. We have measured WAL, which is 50 degree. So till here we have already counted. So if you count further from this, so we can count here, this is 10, 20, 30 and 40 total. So this was 30 degree. So you need not add from the beginning. You did not find out or count from the beginning. We have already counted two of them. So this is 50 degree, 30 degree and 50 degree. And this we just counted, it is 40 degree. Right. So total is 30 plus 50 plus 40 degree. It is, what is the total is 120 degree. Right. So we complete, figure it out over here, which is given on page number 35. We'll continue with this chapter in the next video. Thank you.